They thought the case was cold, frozen in time. But when investigators pried open a hidden compartment inside the old Arnold mansion, they didn't find jewelry. They found a letter, sealed, faded, and signed with two simple initials, DA. For over 100 years, no one had ever seen it. Until now. When the letter was carefully unsealed under lab conditions, the paper cracked like old bone. But the message inside? It was still clear enough to read. It began with a single haunting line. To whoever finds this, know that I did not disappear. I was made to vanish. That one sentence flipped everything. Every theory, every assumption. Dorothy Arnold hadn't run away. She was silenced. The ink had been tested, confirmed as authentic from 1910. Her handwriting matched perfectly with diary samples verified by experts. But the real shock came in the second paragraph. There are names I dare not write. I am watched. Even now, I can hear the footsteps below the floor. Below the floor? Detectives returned to the mansion, now a historical site, to check the lower foundation. Using ground-penetrating radar, they found something beneath the old study room. A void, about 6 feet wide, sealed in concrete. It took 3 days to get excavation clearance. And when they finally opened the space, they found what no one expected. A rusted metal trunk. Inside, fragments of torn clothing, a pearl brooch, and another letter. This one wasn't from Dorothy. It was to her. You will not speak of this again. What is done is done. We will protect the family name. No signature. But the handwriting matched her father, Francis Arnold. Suddenly, the story wasn't about a missing woman. It was about a family secret buried under wealth, shame, and silence. The Arnolds had always claimed they spent thousands searching for Dorothy. But what if that was just a performance? What if they knew exactly where she was all along? A local historian, Dr. Lila Benson, who first uncovered the DNA twist, called it one of the greatest cover-ups in early American society. She said, "If this letter is authentic, it proves Dorothy didn't vanish, she was hidden. Possibly institutionalized or confined." And just when that theory began to circulate online, a new piece of evidence surfaced. A photo, taken in 1912, found inside an old psychiatric hospital file in Boston. The woman in the image looked eerily like Dorothy. Same jawline, same dark eyes, and scribbled on the back were the initials, DA. The record listed her as a voluntary patient under another name, Clara D. Gaines. Investigators began connecting the dots. The letter in the fireplace, the sealed trunk, the DNA link to Boston. It all pointed in one direction. Dorothy may have been confined under a false identity with her family's cooperation. But why? The truth lay in the third page of the fireplace letter. I am with child. He does not approve. They say it would ruin us. I fear what comes next. That single confession explained everything. Dorothy's forbidden love affair with George Griscom Jr. had long been whispered about. But now, it was more than rumor. It was motive. When Francis Arnold learned of the pregnancy, he may have arranged to erase her, not by murder, but by seclusion. Wealthy families often pay to hide disgraced daughters in private sanatoriums. And if Dorothy's baby was born there, her new identity could have been crafted around it. Which makes that 1916 birth record, listing Doris A. Whitman as motherless, far more chilling. And then came the final twist. DNA from the hair found near the Hudson River, once thought to belong to Dorothy's sister, was retested with newer, high-sensitivity sequencing. The updated analysis revealed a dual genetic signature, meaning it belonged to a mother and unborn child. Dorothy's child. The revelation sent shockwaves through the investigation. If Dorothy died shortly after childbirth, her family might have concealed both her and the baby's remains near the river, later sealing the evidence away. That would explain the letter's plea, the silence, and the sudden halt in her father's public search. But not everyone agrees. Dr. Benson still believes Dorothy survived, arguing that the second letter, the Boston photo, and the 1916 records point to a secret escape and a rebirth under a new name. Right now, the FBI's Historical Forensics Unit has the Fireplace letter under analysis. If the carbon dating confirms it was written days after Dorothy's disappearance, it could officially reopen the 115-year-old case. The Arnold family estate continues to block access to private archives, especially a rumored ledger detailing payments to an unnamed medical facility in Massachusetts. That ledger could hold the key to everything. So, was Dorothy buried beneath her family's lives, or did she manage to outlive them all, watching from the shadows as the world searched for a ghost? The final DNA results are expected soon. But until then, the only voice we truly have is the one she left behind in the ashes of her family fireplace. If they ever find me, tell them I never stopped waiting for the truth.